All right, happy Friday night, and welcome in, welcome in. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of out of the park baseball lately. Finally, saw a little bit of movement today um, in the Howie Shanks League. So gonna do just a little exhibition. This is more for me to be able to just iron out the kinks and all that stuff since I haven't done this in a while. So huge thanks to Big Clue and Steve Tate, the other two commissioners in the league. All right, so there's kind of three of us, but really those two have just done amazing work, and this has been a community effort. And I actually watched a bit of a stream with Dave Gardner where he was talking about community, and I think he's spot on. I think he's really, really spot on. I mean, he was talking more in terms of his channel and stuff like that, but you know, this community definitely, I mean, to be honest, the sports gaming community here on YouTube does have has its ups and downs. I think when you have groups of people and stuff like that, you're gonna have things like. But all in all, this is really. I think we have a bunch of good guys here, um, and I've seen a lot of sharing, a lot of helping, back and forth and everything like that. And I know just in the little community here, the little family that I like to call it that we've created, I think that we've done something special. We've kind of gone against the grain, and a lot of times not so much focusing on the game or trying to create that kind of being in the booth experience to something that's where I know a lot of people have said, this is their time to look forward to after crazy days of work or whatever, to just to hang out, to chat, do whatever, joke around a little bit, but all in good fun. I mean, we had a jerk in here last night, but Ken, Big Clue, and I were able to deal with that, so that's going to happen. But anyhow, so I really appreciate, and I know Robbie, you haven't been keeping up in the Discord. People are trying to reach you, so you might want to do that because you have an illegal pick on your team. So you have to make another pick. You have to look in Discord, see what that is. And there's John DFW, and a happy Friday to you, John. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Just doing a few introductory remarks, letting a few people just sort of pop in before we go into a little game, I guess, and have a bit of fun. So yeah, Robbie, just please, yeah, just you picked. You have to either look at Steve's stream or ask him what he means in Discord. Apparently, you picked a Negro League player at a round that you shouldn't have or something. So you just have to make an additional pick. Just please look it up, okay? Or watch the video. Um, so hopefully everybody gets your managers up. I still have to decide who I'm gonna. I think the players are inactivated, at least that Steve did. Probably gonna keep it that way. I'm just gonna pick two teams at random, making sure. Right now, I don't see any of the managers in here, and that's probably better. I just want to do a CPU versus CPU game. And if the managers come in, hopefully they'll be cool about it. I have no idea even who this is. I'm just making. Oops! I just want to make sure that yeah. So this ballpark is not assigned. It's the Kingdome, so I should probably do that. I'm trying to see what is. There we go. All right. I think we're gonna do. Let's take Des Moines and Detroit. Yeah, we'll do Des Moines and Detroit, and we'll play at Des Moines. So let's do an exhibition. So Detroit and Des Moines, and let's play. And we're going to Wrigley Field. And I know Detroit is Steve Tate. I can't remember who Des Moines is, and I guess I didn't download all the logos. So there you go. There you go, there you go, there you go. Yeah. Let me see. So view opponents. All right. And then view again. This is going to be, what, versus a righty? If these are all done, I guess it is. All right, and look at the rotation for this team. And it looks like it's going to be Silver King, is what it looks like to me. All right. So again, for those of you who don't know, what this is a community-driven project that I think we have 10 managers. I didn't count. Anyhow, we have a number of managers here. It's either 10 or 12. We got together over 2 nights. This is the reboot of this Howie Shank League. Howie Shanks, you'd have to go way back in the channel, on Steve's channel, and understand who Howie Shanks was. So this is Rob's team, actually, Rob Tomlinson, I see now. Basically, it's probably the most unique lineup you ever see, or the most unique draft you ever see. It's basically everybody was assigned a year. Each manager per round, like be different years for each manager, what have you. And everybody had 10 minutes simultaneously to select a player from that year. Limitations are only 5 Hall of Famers through the first 22 rounds of the draft, then rounds 23, 24, and 25 devoted to the Negro Leagues. You could pick up more Hall of Famers there, up to 3. And then we had 5 rounds of reserve players, call-ups, whatever you want to call it. So Steve ran a couple sims today. It was kind of fun to watch, and not sure when opening day is. It's going to be pretty cool, though, when it happens. Maybe this week. I don't know. I know MV's doing a few exhibitions, and I've been waiting for the final league file, which is posted in the Discord. So if you don't have it, get it. And in the meantime, let's play. This is going to be CPU versus CPU pretty much. Let's go to the ballpark. Hey, hey, hey. All right. There's Mick F. Welcome in, Mick. And welcome to Wrigley Field for this exhibition between Detroit and Des Moines. Bob Gibson will be opposed by Silver King. 61 degrees, wind speed 7 miles per hour in from left center, and light rain here at Wrigley Field, the home park for the Des Moines Demons.
Play ball!
All right, and apparently this ballpark was not set up properly. So I will do that. I didn't download the ballparks or all the ballparks yet from Steve, so but that's fine. We'll sit here and chat for a few minutes while I do the park layout. And for some reason, it's right there. Okay, so I guess Action PC is deciding to be really, really weird now. This is what I get for not coming back to it for a while. Let's reset labels and see what happens here. Oh, it makes it a mess. All right. So hopefully everybody's happy with the baseball season, the real baseball season. It's been fun. I've been doing some games offline on MLB The Show 22, just doing a random all-time greats roster. And boy, do I regret sleeping on that game all these years. I thought it was just a Twitch game. It's absolutely brilliant, super immersive, and so it's kind of nice. Let's make this a little larger. That if I want just a radio experience while I'm doing something else, I've got Ernie Harwell, and if I want more of a television experience, I've got MLB The Show. So just crazy baseball all the time, and I'm happy about that. I'd urge you guys to get it. It's really good. It will. I mean, if you have a PS4, it will. I bought both MLB The Show 22 and 23, but apparently MLB 23 really not a lot of the types of rosters that I'm looking for yet. It was just released, but I urge you to buy at least MLB The Show 22. And if you have a PlayStation 5, of course, that's nice as well. It's going to have a little bit more oomph. But really, really a wonderful game. And again, it's kind of giving me the same feels as when I first started playing Ernie Harwell, Baseball for Windows. And I mean, they've just got it nailed to a T. The thing is super, super powerful. There's all kinds of things that you can do. You can create your own ballparks, which you can in out of the park baseball as well. But in MLB The Show, I mean, it's really, really super detailed the way you can do it. And yeah, um, you can customize players, create rosters. There's a gazillion game modes in it. Just good stuff. All right, let's see if we got any luckier here. No, we have not. Now this is really weird. I wonder why this is doing what it's doing. Action PC sometimes does weird shit. And I don't know why this is. So we're going to try this one more time. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to change the writing on the tin and just get back to out of the park baseball. As I don't have a lot of time tonight to, to do this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I'm pretty sure we're just going to play this. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if Tiger Stadium is going to be any better for us. All right. So this is going to be a lefty and versus left. And again, who's the pitcher here? Bob Gibson, of course. As if. As if we are somehow surprised. All right, here we go. Now let's see. If not,
Play ball.
okay, there seems to be a bug with this file. So it's not going to be Action PC Baseball after all. Need to ask Steve why this is, because it's really buggy here. So that's all right. More all-time shenanigans. I just downloaded this file. I've been doing a lot of creating art today and stuff like that, so it could be that as well. So we're going to go ahead, exit out of this game. Yep. And we'll just fire up Steam and talk for a few minutes. Too bad. I was really looking forward to this, but give it a go tomorrow. I could show you guys what I mean by what I've been creating, some pretty intense stuff. Maybe I should do that. I don't know where I put my art folder though. Pa. Oh, it's somewhere in here. Not going to worry about it right now. Or am I? Let's exit this flummery. Yeah, I don't know where the hell I put it. I think it's on my other screen. There we go. It's starting up. There it is. Let's see. Just so you can get an idea what I've been doing. Ooh, it looks like a neat game. Tales of the Moon Sea. Interesting. So yeah, doing a lot of sort of different stuff. Not much of it saved on my local drive yet. Let me see. There we go. So doing kind of trippy art. I'll let that come up. And so designing stuff like this takes, yeah, John, I think it's the file. I'm not sure. So anyhow, and when you're creating stuff like this, and you're using like Photoshop, and you're using all kinds of stuff, it really, really, and this is a powerful computer, but there's only, at some point it's like you should probably restart. Anyhow, a bit of art there. So that's where I want to live someday. Just this place is trippy. All right, let's go to the library and let's go to Out of the Park Baseball. And we'll just play with it tonight because I'm having fun with it. Yeah, I was doing a lot of moving stuff around too then in Action PC afterwards, and it could very well be just a computer restart and everything's fine. So, but doesn't matter. Just gonna do a game, and then I've already written a review. So another game I really strongly urge you, if your baseball budget can afford it, you should get this. Out of the Park 24, Action PC Baseball 23, and MLB The Show. All right, let's see who's playing here. Who do we got in our schedule? Hmm. I think I'm going to finish today because I don't like anything that's looking up or looking away. Um, hmm. We could do Camnets and Vaughn, Pirates and Cubs, Indians at White Sox. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, let's do the Indians at White Sox. That's what we'll do. Okay. Two old-time franchises. All right, and if you notice here again, it's still Indians, and the reason that is because this quick start has been migrating from earlier versions of Out of the Park Baseball, and I'm just tweaking this one as I go along. And so apparently they didn't catch it Out of the Park, so this is still the Cleveland Indians. Although if we were playing at Progressive Field, it would say Guardians on the field. All right, so we're going to be going out to what was then U.S. Cellular. And let's start with the lineups for the visiting Cleveland Indians or Guardians, whatever you want to call them. Leading off at third base, Al Rosen batting second, and center Larry Doby batting third. At DH, Manny Ramirez batting cleanup. In left field, Albert Bell batting fifth. Right fielder Rocky Calavito batting sixth. Human rain delay Jim Thome batting seventh. At short, Lou Boudreau batting eighth and catching. John Romano batting ninth. At second base, Bobby Avila, and I have the DH on in the American League. So Addie Joss will be pitching. Uh, Hall of Famer, known as the human hairpin. One win, one or no losses, 1.17 earned run average, a WHIP, a ridiculous .78. Um, and looking at the White Sox, leading off at second base, Eddie Collins batting second. At short, Jack Wilson batting third in right field, and I'm going to have to release Jack Wilson from another team, it looks like. Batting cleanup, Frank Thomas batting sixth at batting fifth at DH. Paul Konerko batting sixth. Third baseman Robin Ventura batting seventh. Left fielder Bib Falk batting eighth, and center Hap Felsch batting ninth and catching Ray Schalk. And Red Faber will take the hill for the White Sox. Faber no wins, one loss, no wins, no losses. A 4.05 earned run average. Let's get out to the south side of Chicago. And there we go. Pretty nice. Oh, this is not actually the park that I went. Boy, all kinds of weird things are happening tonight. So, yeah, I think we're just going to leave this game too. Wow, this is weird. We'll just save game and leave. And we have to go to the Chicago White Sox now. Again, this is a work in progress, this one as well. So let's fix that and bring in the proper park. There's a little review for anybody that wants to know how to do it. Edit ballpark, 3D model. Oh, while games are in progress, that's really stupid. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Boy, maybe I'm just not supposed to do this tonight. So the proper park is not assigned here. Options, simulate game. Yep. And wow, hey, the Indians win 5-4. Cool. All right, let's leave the game. And let's fix the White Sox park. I absolutely hate the that default ballpark. It's awful, 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 awful. Alright, are we doing it as guaranteed rate now? Or don't we know where we're putting the White Sox? There it is. Load. Okay. Do we not have it? Alright, there we go. Think we should be okay now. Let's finish today. And let's just go again and see how we do this time. Let's just start. Make sure we're actually at the proper ballpark this time. This is going to be Gaylord Perry and Ed Walsh. Yeah, it looks like we're in the right place. It's always nice when you're in the right place, isn't it? All right. So Kenny Lofton will lead it off. So we're seeing a little bit of a different look here than what we saw for the Indians and what would have been the last game. So welcome to the ballpark. And sorry about the 20 minutes of what the hell's going on. Kenny Lofton here to face Ed Walsh. As the little drone flies in. And here we go. And that one taken inside, so Walsh walks Kenny Lofton, a lot of speed there, and here comes first baseman Ed Morgan for the Cleveland Indians. He's hitting .433 with 5 runs batted in. Lofton, an aggressive leadoff first. Walsh checks the runner. And Kenny Lofton goes. Ed Morgan gets the bunt down. They're going to go to second, and they got Kenny Lofton. So Morgan, that bunt just a little bit too hard and allows Walsh to get the speedy Kenny Lofton. So a lot less speed now on first for the Indians. And here's Manny Ramirez DHing, hitting .308, 5 ribbies, a home run. Walsh deals. Ramirez swings, base hit up the middle. Morgan will move to second. Morgan making the turn at second, and he's going to hold. All right, 2 aboard for Cleveland, and here's Albert Bell hitting .381, 15 runs batted in, 2 homers thus far. Walsh deals to Bell. Bell swings. High fly ball to right field, and drawing a beat on it and making the catch is Shoeless Joe Jackson. So 2 away here, and the Indians first, and it brings up Rocky Calavito hitting .237, 9 ribbies, 2 home runs. Walsh sets and fires to Calavito, the 1-0. Calavito swings. High fly ball, center field, and making the catch is Lemon, making a nice running catch. The side retired, 2 base runners in innings, but the Indians go scoreless. And we're going to fix this up a little bit. So the Indians nothing, and the White Sox coming to bat. And our initial camera view is overview. Pitch action is going to be overview. And action camera view. They're going to leave everything at overview. All right. There we go. So Gaylord Perry, with all the accoutrement that he brings, the nail files, Vaseline, and bottle caps, and what have you, ready to deal to Luke Appling, shortstop, leading off for the Chicago White Sox. Minnie Minoso waits on deck. Shoeless Joe Jackson in the hole. Perry ready to deal. 2 starts in the season. He's 1-0 with an 8.44 under an average, kind of high. And this one bounced to second. And Bobby Avila up with it and sends it to first for the out. I think we're going to turn off dynamic camera for this ballpark. All right. Gaylord Perry now, the 3-2 pitch to Minnie Minoso. Minoso swings, and this one will get into the gap and right for extra bases. Minoso heading for two, and he is in there with a one-up stand-up double as Colavito gets the ball in there from right field. So Minoso gave it a little ride here, and the White Sox with a runner in scoring position. And here's Shoeless Joe Jackson. Shoeless Joe hitting .390, 5 runs batted in. Gaylord Perry deals to the great Shoeless Joe. And Jackson, a little nubber, and Jackson's going to beat this one out. Jackson has himself an infield hit. So Avila having trouble getting to that ball. The official scorer being quite generous. So Jackson at first, Minnie Minoso at third. Frank Thomas, the big hurt, hitting .350 with 14 runs batted in. 2 homers for the White Sox. Threatening with just 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Gaylord Perry with the 1-1. Swung on, base hit, and this will be an RBI single for Frank Thomas. And the White Sox taking a 1-0 lead, but the throw to third as Minoso scores, and Jackson is gunned down by Kenny Lofton. So 15 runs batted in now for Frank Thomas, but Kenny Lofton making a nice play there. Let's look at that one. So clean shut up the middle, Lofton up with it. And the throw to third, and they got Lofton by a mile. Nonetheless, it's a 1-0 White Sox lead, and here's Roy Sievers. DHing .455 average, 7 runs batted in, 4 home runs. Gaylord Perry deals with a runner in scoring position. Sievers swings. This one sent high to left and just short of the track. Albert Bell will make the catch. Side retired, but the White Sox get a run and they strand one, and we go to the top of the second. It's the White Sox 1 and the Indians nothing as Ed Walsh will face Al Rosen, Lou Boudreau, and Steve O'Neill for the Cleveland Indians. Walsh into his motion. Here's the 2-2 to Rosen, and Rosen spanks this one all the way in the corner to right field here at Guaranteed Rate Park or US Cellular, whichever you want to call it. And Al Rosen has himself a leadoff double. So by the time Shoeless Joe gets the ball back in, Rosen is at second. So tying run in scoring position for the Cleveland Indians. Nobody out for shortstop Lou Boudreau, hitting a healthy .405 with 6 runs batted in. Ed Walsh deals the 0-1, and Boudreau getting the bunt down, sacrifice. And Rosen will move to third on the play. So the Indians looking to cash in as Steve O'Neill steps in the box, hitting .345 with 3 runs batted in. So both very, very good hitting teams facing each other tonight. Walsh from the stretch in the 1-2, and Steve O'Neill grounds this one to third. And they're going to look the runner back as Ventura stays with that strangely hit ball. So 2 down, and there's John. Dodgers win game 1965 World Series Game 4. So it's the Dodgers beating the Twins 5-2. The Twins lead the series 3-1. So go Twins. Hopefully they will get it done, take care of those Dodgers. All right, Ed Walsh pitching with 2 down, looking to get out of it. Rosen just 90 feet away at third. Bobby Avila hitting .472, 9 ribbies, including a home run. Ed Walsh from the stretch to Avila. Here it comes. Avila swings. And this one a little Texas leaguer to center, or will it land in the glove? No, coming in on it and making the catch is Lemon. Side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. It is still 1-0 in favor of the White Sox. Robin Ventura, Chet Lemon due up. So Ventura hitting just .171, 5 runs batted in. Gaylord Perry with the 1-1 delivery to the third baseman. Ventura swings. This one lined to third, and what a stop. Great play. Great play at third by Al Rosen. Rosen just full extension on this. Nice play right at the foul line. That one would have definitely been extra bases. Here's center fielder Chet Lemon. He's 3 for 6. The 0-1. Chet Lemon is hit. So Chicago gets a runner with one down after getting plunked by Gaylord Perry. A little bit too much Vaseline on that ball, you got to think. John, by the way, is replaying the 1965 World Series in Out of the Park Baseball 24. All right, here's A.J. Przinsky. He's hitting .290, 2 runs batted, including a home run. Chet Lemon into his lead at first. Gaylord Perry deals to Przinsky. And the 0-1 pitch grounded to second, but they are not going to turn 2. So Avila tried to start it, but Boudreaux taken out of the play. So 2 away. Przinsky on at first, and here's Nellie Fox, the second baseman. Perry deals with 2 out. Fox swings. This one grounded to left, base hit. So this one getting past Al Rosen, and 2 aboard for the White Sox. And Luke Appling, we're back at the top of the order. Appling nothing for 1. Perry with a check of the runners. The 2-0 to Appling. This one be lined to left, base hit. And this one's going to go to the wall, and Chicago's going to at least get 1 out of this. So Przinsky scores. And Luke Appling picks up the RBI double, and it's now 2-0 White Sox. 2 in scoring position for the Pale Hose. Nellie Fox at third, Luke Appling at second. Steve O'Neill sets the target for Gaylord Perry. The wind and the 2-2 pitch to the Cuban Comet, and Minoso looks at strike 3, fastball. But 1 run for the White Sox, 2 hits. They leave 2, and we go to the top of the 3rd inning, and it's the Chicago White Sox 2 and the Cleveland baseball team nothing. And there is Ken Castro wishing everyone a happy Cinco de Mayo. McF says Gaylord Perry not fooling anyone. Time to check his cordless Dremel. John DFW, bums are hanging in. I'm rooting for the Twins in that one, cousin. All right, here is Kenny Lofton. Kenny Lofton was thrown out at third earlier in the game. So Lofton with a walk and a stolen base. Ed Walsh has yet to strike out a batter, but enjoying a 2-0 lead now. And pitching a 2-hitter, again, just in the 3rd, though. Lofton digs in on the left-hand side, the 2-2 pitch to Lofton. And Lofton, big, kind of miss. So a little screwball action there by Ed Walsh, a pitch that you really don't see anymore. Ed Morgan, nothing for 1. Walsh deals to him. Morgan swings on the first pitch. Hard grounder to second. Up with it plenty of time is Nellie Fox on the short hop to retire Ed Morgan. So 2 up, 2 down for Manny Ramirez, who has 1 of 2 Cleveland hits in this game. Big Ed Walsh deals. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Ramirez looks at called strike 3 in this payoff pitch. Walsh getting this one on the outside corner. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 3rd. The White Sox 2. The Cleveland Indians nothing. A due up for the White Sox. Shoeless Joe Jackson, the Big Hurt, and Roy Sievers. Shoeless Joe 1 for 1 in Chicago with 5 hits in the game. Gaylord Perry has struck out 1 through 2. The 1-2 delivery now to Shoeless Joe. And the lefty cuts on this one. Fly ball to right. And taking it into his sights and bringing it down is Rocky Colavito. Colavito, of course, a franchise favorite of the Cleveland Indians, and a very, very, very good player. All right, the Big Hurt is 1 for 1 with an RBI. Perry deals the 3-1 to Frank Thomas. And this one on the outside corner, ball 4, the knuckleball missing. And I want to change the view a little bit. One of my only complaints, there we go, about out of the park baseball is always having to kind of change camera angles and stuff. And once you save them, you're fine. But all right, so here's Roy Sievers, and I like that little. It's a little better look. And Sievers smacks this one, and this is going to get into left field. Base hit for Sievers is down in front of gets down in front of Albert Bell. So 2 aboard, and let's try something else. Let's keep it on wide low and see what happens. All right, here's Robin Ventura, 0 for 1. 2 on for the White Sox, 1 out. Gaylord Perry deals to Ventura. Ventura swings, and this one just a little chopper to second. Ventura will beat this out. Infield single. So Bobby Avila, for the second time, has to kind of just gobble up a ball, not make a throw, and the White Sox have him jammed, and here is Chet Lemon. Not really known as a power hitter, but a chance for Lemon to get something to add to the Chicago White Sox lead. Gaylord Perry deals to Lemon, swung on, and this one, a little fly ball to right field, and Rocky Colavito has it, and immediately the throw to the plate, the slide, the tag, and Frank Thomas is in there with run number 3. So 3-0 White Sox. They've scored in each of the first 3 innings. And there is Robert, RGO Network, says, Beatles baseball. Woman, yep, John Lennon. Great song by John Lennon. That definitely counts. Ken Castro says, wow, so his franchise set, that pre-expansion APA set for Cousin Ken coming in. Wow, by Monday. Well, maybe APA's finally getting on the ball here a little bit. Nice, nice, nice. All right, Ken, looking forward to some after-game, during-game reports from you. And Robert, I hope this Friday finds you well. Sorry I did not catch your game earlier. We were doing a little bit of thing with the Howie Shanks League, or I was offline trying to get my roster to where I wanted to be. All right, A.J. Przinsky now is 0 for 1. 2 on for the White Sox as Gaylord Perry delivers 0-1 pitch, and this one taken by Ed Morgan, and he'll take it to the bag himself to retire the side. But the White Sox score another run, 2 left, and as we head to the top of the 4th, it's Chicago 3, Cleveland 0. Albert Bell will lead it off, followed by Rocky Colavito and Al Rosen. Ed Walsh, 2 strikeouts and a walk, sets and fires. Count even on Albert Bell. Flied out his last time to Shoeless Joe Jackson. This one just a harmless little grounder to short. Luke Appling making the routine 6-3 putout. So 1 up, 1 down for Rocky Colavito. Colavito, decent contact, but when he could get hold of the ball, he could club it about 3 miles. Colavito 0 for 1 today. Walsh sets and fires. Colavito in the first pitch, and this one getting into shallow right field, and Shoeless Joe Jackson trotting in and making the grab for out number 2. It's 2 quick outs here for Cleveland in the top of the 4th. Ed Walsh pitching a 2-hitter right now. Al Rosen will try. Rosen has one of the 2 Cleveland Indian hits. Walsh deals. The 1-2 pitch. Al Rosen Lines this one to left. This will get down for a base hit. And getting to the ball is the Cuban Comet, Minnie Minoso, and he'll play it on a hop and get it into the infield. So runner aboard for Hall of Fame shortstop Lou Boudreau. Walsh with a check of the runner. The 0-1 delivery to Boudreau. Boudreau swings, and this one a little Texas leaguer into center field. So 2 on for Cleveland, with 1 in scoring position. So Cleveland threatening here now with 2 down in the top of the 4th, behind 3-0. Catcher Steve O'Neill, nothing for 1. The 2-2 pitch to O'Neill. O'Neill swings, and this should be an inning grounder to short, and indeed it is, as Old Aches and Pains gets to it and fires onto second, and that retires the side. 2 base runners stranded in the inning for Cleveland. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's the White Sox 3 and the Indians/Guardians nothing. So Aaron Reed says hello again, everybody. Harry Carey along with Steve Stone, and we're live at Comiskey. Lou Boudreau was indeed a great player. He was indeed a great shortstop. All right, Nellie Fox, Luke Appling, and Minnie Minoso. We got great shortstops on both sides. So Appling and Boudreau. Gaylord Perry has struck out 1, walked 1. Finds himself down 3-0. The Indians have collected 4 hits, and the White Sox 7, and the White Sox making it count. The 1-2 delivery to Nellie Fox, and Nellie Fox, hard ground ball to short. But not a problem for Lou Boudreau, who's we've been talking about. Made that one look routine, but actually ranging hard to his left, and a quick snap onto Morgan at first. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and here is Old Aches and Pains. He is 1 for 2, the run batted in. Appling batting from the right. Perry with the payoff pitch to Luke Appling. Here it comes. Doubled his last time up, and lays off for ball 4. So Gaylord Perry has walked 2, runner aboard, and here come the White Sox again. Minnie Minoso 1 for 2. Gaylord Perry into the wind, and the delivery to Minoso, and the runner is going. Hit and run was on, and that will turn out to be an unintentional sort of sacrifice. So Appling will move to second. Minoso making contact on that ball, but not getting it where he wanted it exactly. Appling in scoring position, 2 down. Gaylord Perry and the Indians would like to get a 0 up there on these White Sox, who again have scored 1 run in each of the first 3 innings. Shoeless Joe is 1 for 2. Robert says Gaylord Perry said that the day he would hit a home run was the day that he would put a man on the moon. Hours later, after we walked the moon, Perry hits his first ever home run. True story. Wow, that is crazy. Never knew that. Oh, Aaron, he's been throwing the old doctor ball probably the whole time. Doesn't show that out of the park baseball, but in Action PC it will say spitball for spitballs and things like that. But what they're calling a knuckler here from Gaylord Perry, who knows? All right, Shoeless Joe trying to get another run here for Chicago. 3-0 to Shoeless Joe, and they're going to walk him on 4 straight pitches. So 2 on for the Southsiders, and here's Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas 1 for 1 with an RBI. Perry and the Indians could be playing with fire here. The big hurt. Target set by Steve O'Neill. 3-1. And Gaylord Perry in a little bit of trouble here as he walks him loaded. So Appling at third, Jackson at second, Frank Thomas at first, and here's Roy Sievers, who's 1 for 2, DHing for Chicago. Gaylord Perry with the 1-1 to Roy Sievers, and there's no place to put him. Sievers swings. This should end it, and indeed it does. Boudreau will go to second to retire the side. So for the first time, The White Sox turn away. They leave them loaded. And we go to the top of the fifth. It's the White Sox 3 and the Indians nothing. Bobby Avila, Kenny Lofton, and Ed Morgan due up for the Tribe. So Pierzynski sets up the target here for Ed Walsh. 2 strikeouts and a walk. And the great Irish spitballer with the 2-2 delivery to Avila. Avila swings. Fly ball to center, ranging back and to his right, and making a fine catch is Chet Lemon. Very, very underrated center fielder. So 1 up, 1 down. Aaron Reed says his brother calls AJ Pierzynski a bum every time he would come to bat in the 2005 World Series, or 2005 World Series game that they intended. He'd yell out, "You bum." All right, here is Kenny Lofton. Nothing really to show for it. 0 for 1 and was caught trying to go to third. Gun down. Here's the pitch to Lofton. Lofton, base hit, center field. So Kenny's going to give it another try. And some of the Cleveland fans that have made the trip here to Chicago, hoping that Kenny doesn't get greedy this time. So good lead by Kenny Lofton at first, and Ed Morgan, nothing for 2. Ed Walsh delivers to Morgan. Morgan swings, and Lofton was on the move. This one getting down all the way to the wall for extra bases. Kenny Lofton could score. He is rounding third as the throw comes in, and Cleveland gets on the board here in the top of the fifth. So Ed Morgan, RBI double, and Cleveland starting to chip away a little bit now. It's 3-1, and Ed Morgan in scoring position for Manny Ramirez. He is 1 for 2. Walsh peers over his right shoulder, checks Ed Morgan. Morgan into a decent lead at second. Walsh brings home the 0-1 delivery, and Manny swings. This one, easy fly ball to center, and angling under it and making the catch is Chet Lemon. So holding second is Ed Morgan, 2 down, and here's Albert Bell, certainly the happiest man in baseball. Pierzynski with the signs, Walsh ready to deal, here it comes. And Albert Bell takes inside. So this fastball low and inside, and 2 aboard now for Cleveland here in the fifth, and 1 in. It's 3-1 Chicago. Rocky Colavito is nothing for 2. Walsh brings it. Colavito swings, and this one line to right. This is going to get down for a base hit, and coming around from third to score. Throw not cut off, and Ed Morgan safe. Rocky Colavito with an RBI single, and here comes Cleveland. Now just down by a run. It's 3-2 in the top of the fifth. 2 Cleveland runs in. Ken Castros, his cousin, apparently you're not going to Pittsburgh next month. Son informs me he needs to see Ohtani in his lifetime, so you're off to Kansas City. I get it. It's all good. It's all good. Sometime maybe we'll meet up and catch a game at PNC, but nah, I get it. You gotta, Shohei Ohtani, come on. You have a chance to see Ohtani, you gotta take it. So I don't know when the Pirates are playing them, but anyhow, you got a chance to see Ohtani. I totally get that. All right, Al Rosen, a perfect 2 for 2 today, and here comes Cleveland, 2 on. As Ed Walsh deals, payoff pitch to Al Rosen. And Walsh missing. Bases are loaded. Albert Bell is at third, Rocky Colavito second. So here we go. And Al Rosen at first, and here's Lou Boudreau batting with 2 down. Walsh in a little bit of a pickle here. Touched up for 2 in the top of the fifth. The 2-2 pitch, and this one popped into foul territory, right-hand side, and running over and making the grab is the bum, AJ Pierzynski. So inning over, Cleveland gets 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave them juiced We go to the bottom of the fifth, and the White Sox holding on to a rather tenuous 3-2 lead, and they will send up Robin Ventura, Chet Lemon, and A.J. Brzezinski. Pirates visit the Angels in July. I wouldn't mind going out to Cali to see that. So the Bucs having a great April and not having a very good May thus far. Swept by the Rays and then lost to the Blue Jays tonight. So a bit worried. We're now only, at one time we were 11 games above 500. Now we're 7 above 500. So getting a little bit concerned with what's going on with the Buccos. But again, a realist. You know, enjoy it while we can. Still a good team there, and still not liking this new baseball schedule where everybody plays everybody and divisional play means nothing. That's not going to go away because neither did Ghost Runner, right? All right, here's Robin Ventura. Steve O'Neill flashing the signs for Gaylord Perry. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Ventura. Cut on, and this one, a little floater into left field. This is going to get down for a base hit. Rocky Colavito, or I'm sorry, Rocky Colavito making the play. So a runner on, and here comes Chicago. That's Chicago's 8th hit in the game. Chet Lemon has a run batted in this game. Gaylord Perry sets and fires, and the runner's going. And the only play to get Lemon is going to be to first. So Ventura on the move, and a little bit of a sacrifice. You had to get Ventura started. Not a lot of speed there for the Chicago third baseman. And here is A.J. Brzezinski. Apparently Aaron Reed's brother's least favorite player. Gaylord Perry deals the 0-2 to Brzezinski. Brzezinski, big whiff there. So Perry bringing what is suspected to be a curveball for out number 2. Ventura remaining in scoring position at second for second baseman Nellie Fox, 1 for 2. Toe in the rubber is Gaylord Perry. Here it comes. And Nellie Fox sends this one high to center field. And this is going to hang up long enough for Kenny Lofton to bring it down. So once again, the White Sox are turned away but maintain this 3-2 lead as we go to the top of the 6th inning. And we will see catcher Steve O'Neill, second baseman Bobby Avila, and center fielder Kenny Lofton for the try. And Robert likes the new schedule, he says. He says you should pay everyone now and then until play division so much. The game's going to be more. Robin Ace Ventura is Aaron Reed's girlfriend. All right, well, no, Robert, I respect you, and I think we can agree to disagree. It just seems that baseball is becoming more like the lesser sports to me. Maybe I'm too much of a purist, but there have been too many changes all at once. I think you and I could agree that the Ghost Runner on second is blasphemy. I hope we would agree on that one. Both on the same boulevard, as it will. All right, here's Steve O'Neill waiting for Ed Walsh's delivery. The 2-2 pitch to O'Neill. Grounded out to Luke Appling his last time up. O'Neill swings, and this time it looks like he's going to ground to third. And indeed he will, as Ventura will send that across the diamond. For the 5-3 put out, Ventura to Thomas. 1 up, 1 down for Bobby Avila, who is nothing for 2 against Ed Walsh. Walsh not particularly sharp in the game. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Full count to Avila. Fastball swung on, and this one will hang up in left field, and ranging to his left, making a trotting catch, is Minnie Minoso calling off Chet Lemon. So 2 away for Kenny Lofton back at the top of the Cleveland order. Lofton 1 for 2. 3-2 pitch to Lofton by Walsh. Fastball, and this one rolling past Walsh, and Kenny Lofton roaring down the first base line like a drag racer. Has himself an infield hit, and here's Ed Morgan now. So these teams tied in hits. Ed Morgan 1 for 3 with a run batted in. And Bobby Thigpen will come in for the White Sox. So Ed Walsh getting the hook here in the top of the sixth. For Thigpen in the season, he's worked 3 2/3 innings, given up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, an ERA of 2.45. So Ed Walsh will sit down. Thigpen, 2-0. And this one, twisting foul on the first base slide, giving chase and dropping the ball. Is Frank Thomas. This one bouncing right out of his glove. So score that one, E3. 2-1 coming from Thigpen. Swung on and a big swing and a miss. And that will end the inning. So yeah, Ed Morgan not able to catch up to that slider. Cleveland strands a runner. We go to the bottom of the sixth. And it's still the White Sox 3 and the Indians 2. Luke Appling, Minnie Minoso, and Shoeless Joe Jackson do up. Gaylord Perry staying in the game. 2 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's kept Chicago quiet in the 4th and 5th innings. As Gaylord Perry deals the 1-1 to Appling. Ripped on base hit, could be. This one line to center. This will get down for a base hit. So Old Aches and Pains on at first, and it brings up Minnie Minoso. Appling into his lead at first. Minoso waits for the delivery. The 2-1 from Perry, and Appling was on the move. Sacrifice. Perry's only play will be to Ed Morgan at first, and Appling moves to second. So the White Sox with the runner in scoring position, 1 away for Shoeless Joe Jackson, who is 1 for 2. And interestingly enough, at this picture of Joe Jackson, he's actually wearing his Cleveland livery. Perry deals the 0-1. Shoeless Joe absolutely tattoos this one down into the corner, extra bases in right field. Jackson going for 2. That's going to be an RBI double for Shoeless Joe Jackson, and that's a stand-up double. So Appling scores on the Shoeless Joe Jackson double, and the White Sox pad their lead. It is now 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and here's the big hurt, 1 for 1 with a run batted in. Oh, you don't have to apologize at all, Cousin Ken. I figure if people don't give me any crap about me deciding to not eat animals, I won't give people crap for eating animals. So, no need to apologize. It's all good. I mean, that's a lifestyle choice I made for myself quite a while ago. You know, the only time I ever talk about it is if people ask about why I do it and things like that. But now I'm not one of the those people, animal rights people, that believes in attacking people. I'll just put it that way. I don't think that's productive at all. All right. So Shoeless Joe with great speed is in scoring position. Chicago with 1 in here in the bottom of the 6th. As Gaylord Perry deals to the big hurt, 3-2. And Thomas swings, and this one a little flare into left. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Shoeless Joe Jackson will easily score the 5th White Sox run. And Thomas with an RBI double. So back-to-back doubles by the Chicago White Sox. And it is now 5-2. Frank Thomas picking up his 16th RBI on the season. That's the 11th hit for the White Sox. And that will do it for Gaylord Perry. The White Sox have seen enough. So Vinny Pastano, good Italian boy, I guess, coming in to relieve. Pastano making his first appearance in the season. So it looks like Cleveland going to try to give Pastano some innings as Roy Sievers, the DH, steps in for the Chicago White Sox. Sievers wearing a bit of Phillies livery. Pistano finishes warm-up pitches. The 0-2 delivery now to Roy Sievers. Sievers swings. Grounded deep in the hole at short. And up and over with it is Lou Boudreau for the 6-3 putout. So Sievers is out number 2. And here's Robin Ventura having a good day. He is 2 for 3. Pistano works the 0-1 now. Ventura swings, high fly ball to right center, back at the track and looking up, and this one is gone. Kenny Lofton getting a nice view of it. So Robin Ventura with a 2-run bomb. This is his first home run of the season. 409 feet as he goes downtown, and this one turning into a laugher as the White Sox now pull light years ahead of the Cleveland Indians. It is 7-2. Robin Ventura got all of that. Let's have a quick gander at that. Exit velocity 105.6 miles per hour. Going out toward that Honda sign and back for Rose. Touch them all, Robin. All right, here's Chet Lemon now. Chet Lemon with an RBI. 12 hits for Chicago, 8 for Cleveland. 1 error on the White Sox side. Both starters gone now. Vinny Pistano with the 0-1 to center fielder Chet Lemon, and oh my, hits Chet Lemon. We'll see if there'll be some retaliation here. So that one a little cutter by Pistano. So a little bit of frustration on the hill from Cleveland. And here's Przynski. So Cleveland has never had the lead in this game. At one time came within 1 of the White Sox, but this 4-run 6th inning could very well have put this game away. Przynski 0 for 2. Pistano deals with a runner on. 2 away. Przynski struck out his last time up. And this one line to left, and running it hard on this one is Albert Bell making the catch. Side retired, but 8 men bat for the White Sox, and 4 of them come home. And the White Sox now with a commanding lead, 7-2, as we head to the top of inning number 7. Oh, you're always respectful, Cousin Ken. Never have to worry about you, man. Manny Ramirez is 1 for 3, and a lot of work for Cleveland to try to catch these White Sox. Bobby Thigpen will stay on in relief. Looking if we see any other defensive substitutions, and nope, everybody looks situation normal as Thigpen deals the 0-1 delivery to DH Manny Ramirez. Flied out his last time up. Ramirez swings. This one is sinking liner to right, and this will be short hopped. No, it will be caught. Shoestring catch, so it looked like, we got to get a closer look at that. It's like Shoeless Joe making a great play out there. And right field. Let's see what we can see. It looked like he trapped the ball. Let's have a closer look. Oh, Jackson does, as Ernie Harwell would say, picked it off a tall blade of grass. It's a good play by Jackson in right. 1 away for Albert Bell, who's 0 for 2. Thigpen with the 1-2 to Bell. Fastball coming in, I believe. This one inside. And Bell, no, that one a slider. So Bell, that one catching the inside corner. 2 down, and here's Rocco Colavito. A run batted in. He's been successful against Chicago pitching once in 3 tries. Thigpen with a payoff pitch now to Colavito. Colavito singled his last time up and looks at a call. 3rd strike 3. So Bobby Thigpen gets it done. We go to the middle of the 7th. It's the White Sox 7 and the Cleveland Indians 2. Hey, Dave Gardner. How you doing, man? Mentioned you at the top of the broadcast, and Really liked what you were talking about with community and everything like that. And that's kind of what we try to create here. So good to see you, bud. It's been a while, been a while, been a while. Tournament's picking up steam, cuz. Would love to see you up here in the fall. I will definitely be up in New England, Ken. And you said G-Puck is going to be there. Definitely looking forward to it. As Dave Gardner talking about the graphics are great for this game. They've really done a great job this year, Dave. Anyhow, glad you had a moment to stop in. And again, kudos to you and to Ron. That was just a brilliant interview with Gilles Thibault and John Herson from APA. There's a lot of APA fans in here, myself included, Cousin Ken, of course. You guys did a great job, and I love the questions that you guys do when you do your podcast to your guests. It's not the only one I've caught, but good stuff. Keep up the great work. You guys certainly deserving all the hard work you're doing. And I also, Dave, like that you're getting into deck building games. They're an absolute blast. If I could suggest one, if you want some deep strategy, and make sure to download the workshop portraits for it, is a great game called Aranorth Chronicles. It's complex, but once you get the hang of it, it's absolutely brilliant. Check it out on Steam if you haven't, Dave. It's really, really good. And I hope you're still playing guitar, by the way. So, speaking musician to musician, hope you're still jamming a bit. All right, Nellie Fox leads it off here in the bottom of the 7th. This would be a good time for the White Sox to get some guys off the bench to just get some playing time. But this is a somewhat dangerous Cleveland lineup. It doesn't seem like it's shown up tonight at all. Cleveland scoring its lone 2 runs in the top of the 5th. Chicago scored 1 each in the first 3 and 4 in the bottom of the 6th. And that is where we are right now, 7-2 baseball fans. So you just bought a new guitar rack. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm glad you're jamming. I know you and I haven't had a chance to talk music for quite a while. So glad you're still playing, man. Never give it up. You can't anyhow. You don't have a choice. It's in your blood. Once it's in your blood, that's it. All right, so Vinny Pastano, who was touched up a bit, to say the least, in the 4th, or in the 6th, will stay on in relief as Nellie Fox. 1 for 3. Nellie Fox starting his major league career action. He was 16. Came up with the White Sox for a brief time. One of the most beloved players of the White Sox franchise. Pastano with the 1-1 to Nellie Fox. Fox swings, and this one a little flare into right. Actually, this one more than a little flare. We had a little graphics hitch there. This one going all the way to the wall, and Nellie Fox has himself a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th. So the attack from the White Sox just keeps on coming. All right, and here is Luke Appling. Aaron asking Dave Gardner, says he loves Apple Baseball for Windows. We've been playing it for a while now. Dave said that he loves the cards and dice. Yeah. What's fun in Baseball for Windows, Dave, is that all the cards are in there. So, and if you have like, you have all the seasons, everything like that. You can actually bring up the APA Master cards. So I know a lot of guys will put the cards up on the screen, and that's an interesting way to use Baseball for Windows as a way to kind of have the cards. So the way Strat, like, I guess there's an app that Strat has that you can see every card. This is actually included right in the game. If you have the seasons, whether you imported them from the encyclopedia, if you're a long-time owner, or if you bought seasons from APA, it's really cool that they actually added the cards. Kind of cool. By the way, while we're talking about out-of-the-park baseball, just really quickly, there's a new user. His name is called I Am Sporticus, and he asked me to do a tutorial sometime on creating an all-time league. So what I'm going to do, you guys know, I'm going to take the Howie Shanks League and bring it into Out-of-the-Park 24, and I'm going to use that, since that is a kind of all-time league. So there will be a tutorial coming up after the Howie Shanks League gets started on how to create pretty much whatever you want at the player level in out-of-the-park baseball. So if that's something you want to do, I hope you'll find the tutorial a lot of fun. Maybe we can put Robbie Wartburg on one of the teams. All right, Luke Appling batting. Nobody out, and Nellie Fox is second with a leadoff double. Castano delivers now. And Appling swings, and this one's sent to center field and right into the glove of Kenny Lofton. So Nellie Fox bluffing third. He's not going to run on Lofton's arm. So one away for Minnie Minoso. The Cuban Comet 1 for 3. That's right. Castano peers in. Has the sign from catcher Steve O'Neill, the wind, and the 3-2 pitch. And this one lofted to left, and that's going to stay up long enough and for Albert Bell to draw a beat on it, make a catch. Dave, don't know if you're still here, but haven't heard much from Al. I'm not getting any notifications. Is he okay? The last time he was in one of these chats, he said things could be better, and haven't seen much of anything. I hope Al's all right. I friended him on Facebook, but it's been just radio silence. I hope he's fine. I worry about Al. Known him for 6 years now. I mean, on this community. So I think he and Baseball Demos were like the first two people I ever met here. Oh, he is streaming right now. Okay, that's good. I'll have to leave him a comment. I don't know why I'm not getting notifications. All right, glad Al is around. One of the good guys in the community. Talk about community. All right, Nellie Fox in scoring position, 2 away. Shoeless Joe, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Shoeless Joe doubled his last time up. And this time, just a little nubber to third. And up with it is Al Rosen and fires across the diamond. 7 complete here in Chicago, and it's still 7-2 in favor of the White Sox. Bobby Thigpen will stay on in relief, and Al Rosen, Lou Boudreau, and Steve O'Neill. He's got a lot going on with the family. All right, well, I'll definitely have to send him a message. I was wondering after Al a couple weeks ago, so glad he's doing fine. Thank you for that, Dave. Really appreciate it. Al Rosen a perfect 2 for 2 as we go into the top of the 8th here. Time running out for the Indians, but early in the season, Thigpen delivers to Rosen, who walked us in the 6th, and this time big swing and a miss. Thigpen getting the curveball across to take care of Rosen. So 1 up, 1 down for the human rain delay. Jim Thome. Thome has done absolutely nothing in this game, and in a frigid start to the season, Thome hitting just 125. 2 runs batted in. He does have a homer, and in fact, it was a 2-run shot. That was Thome's only hit in the season. So pinch hitting here. Steve O'Neill waits on deck. Bobby Thigpen winds and fires the 2-0 to Thome. Thome swings, and this one easy grounder to short, and not a problem at all for Luke Appling. So the 6-3 put out, 2 down for catcher Steve O'Neill. He's a big 0 for 3 at the dish. Thigpen count even now on Steve O'Neill. Thigpen brings it. O'Neill swings. Slow grounder to third, but setting and planting in plenty of time is Robin Ventura to make the 5-3 put outside retired. The Indians go quietly, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The White Sox with a commanding 7-2 lead. D. Scott Howard is here in the ballpark. Good to see him. Actually, in Pirates history, Aaron, Nellie Briles. Also, Nelson Briles, in fact, it was a game that I'd read about that the Pirates were going to play the old Astrodome. And there was a torrential downpour in Houston that day. And strangely enough, I mean, Briles, there were a lot of rainouts when he pitched. The dome, I guess the top of the dome was leaking, or wherever that part of was in the Astrodome, was leaking down on the pitcher's mound, and it was so bad they actually had to call a rain out. Really weird. So maybe every club has a human rain delay. I know that Tommy has called that. I didn't know about Rafael Betancourt, but thank you for that. Pastano stays in there, the big hurt to lead it off, followed by Roy Sievers and Robin Ventura. The big hurt is 2 for 2 with 2 ribbies today, so contributing to this White Sox attack. Pastano comes with the 2-2 delivery now to Thomas. Thomas, oh, just a little knee buckler. This one catching the inside corner. O'Neill kind of pulling it in on the black, it looked like. So 1 up, 1 down for pinch hitter Roy Sievers, or for DH Roy Sievers. He is 1 for 4 in the night. Pastano toes the rubber and the 1-1. Sievers swings, and this one, a lazy fly ball to right field, and it floats gently into the glove of one Rocky Calavito. So 2 away, Robin Ventura with a home run in this game. So Ventura overall 3 for 4. Pastano delivers to the left-handed third baseman. 2-run shot by Ventura, and this time Park's going to hold it easy, fly ball to right. And Calavito ranges in and makes the catch. We go to the 9th. And as the White Sox go quietly, while I'm not one to want a game to be over necessarily, hopefully Matt Thornton can just come in, get some innings, and just close this down. These are no fun to call at all. So for Thornton in the season, the lefty has worked 2 2/3 innings. He's 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, only 1 strikeout, and a rather lofty 10.12 earned run average. He will face Bobby Avila, Kenny Lofton, and Ed Morgan for the Cleveland Indians. Thornton has finished his warm-up pitches, and the 0-2 now for Bobby Avila. Avila swings, and this one, a soft fly ball to right. It's going to hang up there a little bit, and Shoeless Joe has it. Let's look. We didn't even look at the weather conditions here. We have a lot of balls hanging up. So the wind is going out to center at 9. So there's a bit of a breeze here in Chicago. As we return to the top of the order in center fielder, Kenny Lofton. Lofton 2 for 3. Thornton with the leg kick and the 1-1 delivery to Lofton. Ripped on and clean base hit up the middle. So Cleveland gets its 9th hit of the game. Lofton making the wide turn at first. Could this be the start of a miracle for the Tribe as Ed Morgan steps in? He has an RBI. He's 1 for 4. Thornton with a check of the speedy Lofton. Won't be surprised to see him running. Let's see. And Lofton does not go. And this one a flare into right field. This will get down for a base hit. So Kenny Lofton moves to second as that little, almost an excuse me hit gets down in front of Shoeless Joe. So Cleveland trying to get something going. Here's Manny Ramirez, a swing in the bat, and Ramirez puts Cleveland right back in this game. Thornton from the set position and full count to Ramirez. And Ramirez looks at a called strike 3. So nice pitch by Matt Thornton. Brzezinski might have pulled it in again, but counts as a strikeout. So 2 on, 2 out, and here it is, Albert Bell. It's down to him. Can he get a crooked number up here for the Cleveland Indians in the top of the 9th? Matt Thornton squints, has the side now from Steve O'Neill, the wind and the pitch to Albert Bell. Bell swings in the first pitch and fly ball to right field. That one routine, and Shoeless Joe Jackson making the play. And that does it mercifully as the Chicago White Sox defeat the Cleveland Indians by a score of 7-2. Quick recap. So the Indians fall to 8-3, and the White Sox improve to 5-6. Getting a good performance from first baseman Frank Thomas, the Chicago White Sox defeat the Indians 7-2. Thomas went 2 for 3 with a double and 2 walks, scored 2 times, and drove in 2 for the White Sox. The White Sox got an important contribution from Luke Appling, who in the bottom of the second punched a 2-0 forkball into left for a run-scoring double. It was his second double of the season and put the White Sox ahead 2-0, and the White Sox never looked back. Player of the game is Frank Thomas, and we'll leave the game. And yeah, let's go to the White Sox homepage since that's who we're acting as right now and save this one. So guys, that's it. And thank you for coming in. It was a lot of fun. A treat seeing Dave Gardner tonight at the ballpark. No baseball tomorrow, but Sunday, hoping once I figure out what's going on with Action PC and the little graphics glitch that's going on with the ballparks, I hope to do an exhibition game unless those guys decide to actually start the Howie Shanks League. As Aaron Reed says, Albert Bell will probably destroy stuff in the Cleveland clubhouse. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Aaron, I'm hoping probably Monday we can do that. So hang in there, bud. But you're doing a great job with Baseball for Windows. Really proud of you. That's not an easy program to navigate anyhow. Um, and I think what I'm going to be doing is the Bats 3. I decided, well, all the baseball games, since it's an APA thing, I think I'm going to do Bats 3 in Baseball for Windows. So maybe I can do a little tutorial there and for the fourth time show people how to bring in player by player onto teams and stuff like that. So that Bats 3 roster just is absolutely amazing. 16 original franchises, pre-expansion. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, anyhow, my thanks to Aaron Reed, to D. Scott Howard. Oh, so it was so Mike Hargrove. Gotcha. All right, thank you. So many rain delays around the league. What can you say? Anyhow, so Aaron Reed, D. Scott Howard, Cousin Ken Castro, Dave Gardner, RJL Network, who's doing 1988. Don't know if that World Series ended tonight. I'm going to have to go back and check. John DFW and Robbie Wartberg and Mick F. So there we are, guys. Until next we meet. Have fun. Roll up some games. Do some fun stuff. Enjoy this interesting baseball season. And until next time, family and friends, see you around the batting cage. You bet, Mick.